Namaskar, I am K. Ashwin Kumar here. Today I am going to share an important topic, that is connection over correction, partnering with your child in the digital age. Why you should watch this presentation till the end. This is for all the parents and educators. When I say educators, they mean teachers, lecturers, and professors also. This is a very important presentation where I am sharing the entire information how to handle your child or your student in the school or in college or in the university. This is a basic information, and the standing disclaimer is this has been sourced from the internet. Nothing is original from my end. My only intention of making this video is to share with all the parents and the educators across India, maybe across globe also. So that is why this entire focus is on connection over correction with your child, right? So let's get into the topic. As I informed you earlier, I am K. Ashwin Kumar. My firm is S9 Consulting. Basically, my focus is on soft skills training, experiential learning, mental health wellness, drug abuse awareness, cybercrime awareness, POSH training, that is prevention of sexual harassment training. So I would like to empower all the schools, colleges, and university, and especially the students and parents who are encountering many issues right now in this digital era, especially in the post-COVID era. So let us know what are those things. Let us see what is the agenda for today. Awareness and capacity building programs on mental health wellness, drug abuse prevention, cyber safety, and labor laws, career readiness, digital skills, financial literacy, self-help groups, rural development and rural tourism is my forte. So that's why this video is being shared. This is a basic introduction about me. Let us go to the next slide. So what is our basic agenda today? What are the top recommended apps? Generally, I don't recommend online. You can check it. So, then what are the actionable on-ground strategies that you can implement? What is the critical Indian helplines that which we have and resources? And digital safety and well-being agreement between the parent and the child, student and the child, institution and the student. Then what is the red flag checklist? Very important there. And please remember the last point. The red flag checklist is very critical. So kindly, you will not understand the red flag checklist if you don't go through the slides from the beginning. Okay. So shall we go ahead? So I generally don't recommend any particular apps as such. So there are a lot of apps which is available online which are US based basically. So I would suggest that what is the for the drugs, the helpline in Telangana is 1908, and for the Nasha Mukt Abhiyan is 14446. For anybody feeling suicidal helpline, the government of India has issued Telemanas helpline where a student or a child can directly call and talk to an person, a stranger, on 14416. So this will help them a lot. As far as somebody is affected with cyber crime or any attacks from cyber crime, cyber fraud, we got 1930. So please check this online, do the necessary documentation, keep your proof properly and do it. And there are so many recommended apps which is there, which I don't try to recommend it. But anyway, you can check online and implement it as per the your needs. Now, coming to actionable on ground strategies. What do you mean by that? When we say actionable on ground strategies, especially when people who are dealing with drugs, parents or students or institutions are dealing with, drug addiction students or drug peddlers. So you have to be careful when you're dealing with this category of students. Why? Because they are extremely violent by nature and they do not take anything from your side. They are already addicted or they are getting revenue by doing drug peddling. Drug peddling means basically drug mules, drug donkeys. These drug donkeys have a fantastic trap which they put it to the students or lecturers and others is, I am not consuming it. I'm only making my money. So please understand, my dear parents, don't fall into that trap, including educators also. The point is, today's drug peddler is tomorrow's drug addict. Today's drug addict is tomorrow's drug peddler. So that is why you have to understand what are the terminologies which they use: hash, oil, all these emojis they use, the ganja, LSD, cocaine, you name it, it is there. So please be careful. So what do you mean when we say the device-free hub? Charge all phones and tablets in the common area. It should not be done in a secretly. That's the first thing. That is where the first indicator about cyberbullying and drug related networking happens. Why? Because most of that kind of
Dark
dark
web.
web drug peddling and drug addiction selling all happens after 9 o'clock, especially through the dark web net. So keep a monitor on that. If you are not aware of it, educate yourself. And the
No
no
judgment.
judgment pact, very important. Please tell your child explicitly that if you get into any trouble, you should be the first person they should contact you. And
Tell
tell
them.
them that I'll not take away your smartphone. Give them that kind of emotional safety. So that is where when the kids reach out, why they feel that something happens bad to them, why they don't reach out to a parent or a teacher is because they think my phone will be removed. Anyway, the great decision which the Australian government has taken, hats off to them because they have stopped all the mobile phones for the younger generation. But India will it implement or not is a big question mark. So no judgment practice. Please do not judge your children. Understand them.
Talk to
Talk to
them.
them more. Because basically 90% of the families which we are living in, nuclear families, they don't have
Time.
time to speak to the children. Kindly before, at least during the dinner time, keep your mobiles off, keep it away, at least talk to them what has happened today, how was the school, how was the college, just to have this a friendly chat. Post dinner also go for a walk, small walk and everything. So this will help them understand. Now if you are sorry,
You are
if you are
trying to
trying to
talk
talk
about
about the
drug
drug
usage.
slangs names is Mali stuff, meow meow, so many things which are there which just come up, coke, cocaine, everything. So that is why all the especially adults, especially you have to keep your medication away from your child. They should not know what tablets you are taking. Especially I know 90% of the parents, correct me if I'm wrong, they take sleeping tablets. The sleeping tablets addiction has come. If the parent is taking, the child will also take. So that is why it is important to understand this particular scenario. Let us go to the next slide. Here, I would request each and every school and every college that please keep one small cardboard box or a small box where you can lock it. It can be used by a physical education trainer or any particular concerned teacher.
I
Why?
will.
Because you can keep a concerns box or a worry box where the children can come and drop without putting their name or a class, so and so person is doing drug peddling or drug addiction, or they are concerned, they might attempt suicide or something like that, or they are affected with cyberbullying or something. So if you keep the box in the front at the reception or where it's especially nearing the restrooms, washrooms, girls washroom separately, male washroom separately, they might drop it in the play area also, play zones where they can keep it, they can drop the concerns, and that's what I say is concern. It's an issue that we need to be concerned about, right? So that is why it's very important to understand these simple things. You need not be tech savvy, but if you are
Tech
tech
savvy.
savvy, well and good. But if you need not be tech savvy, but at least tell your students and tell your children that fine, I am there. Even at home also, you can keep a worry box. They can drop it. You can find out. But anyway, you will know about it also. Gatekeeper training. When we say about gatekeeper training here is you need to understand that the training all the staffs to recognize the sudden change rule, a
Sudden
sudden
drop
drop
in
in grades, change in hygiene, withdrawal from friends, or universal sign of drug abuse, bullying,
or
or
mental.
mental health crisis that happens. So
That is
that is why it is important to understand this gatekeeper training. So that is why you need to get trained on befriending skills in mental health wellness, where we cover the entire topic on
all the
all the aspects, whether it is drug abuse prevention, suicidal calls, or cyberbullying also. Now, these are the typical toll-free numbers which you can share it, make it as a poster, then keep it in front of your reception in all the play areas, cricket grounds or grounds that you have, especially near the washrooms, and very, very important near the hostels. And every hostel warden should know, male hostel warden or female hostel warden should know these numbers. I'm just repeating it for yourself. Women's helpline. Any problem, any girl, child, woman is having, please call 181. Any emergency support, it is 112 or 101 or 108, which is their ambulance. Next, National Commission for Women Helpline 7820 7827 170 170. Cybercrime 1930. Mental Health 14416.
drugs or
Drugs or Nashamuk Tabyan is 14446. For Telangana, it is 1908. For any of the labor codes or post training, definitely you can get in touch with me. Just I'm sharing this information. Please keep these toll-free numbers, make it as a stickers, distribute it on the coming Republic Day or any of the important dates which you celebrate on national festivals. So at least you are doing this on a T-shirt or a cap or a poster. It will help a lot. It can save a life.
Now,
Now, coming to a very important aspect, that is digital safety contract. What do you mean by digital safety contract? Digital safety contract is designed to be a collaboration agreement with a set of rules. It fosters mutual trust and sets clear expectations for behavior and safety.
I
I
recommend
recommend printing this definitely two copies, one for the parent, one for the educator, and also for the student also,
kindly
signed clearly and kept it in your home or in your classrooms or in your files.
now.
How? Yeah. What is the
So now,
student and child's commitment?
openness.
Openness first.
If
If
I
I
see
see
something
something
online,
online that makes me feel uncomfortable, scared, or sad, including bullying or
talking of,
talking of self harm, that is suicide,
I
I
will
will
tell
tell an adult immediately. I know I won't be punished for being a victim. So that is why it is very important, my dear lecturers, parents, educators. Very important is please be honest. Don't judge the child, because if you start
continue.
judging them, or if you start pushing them to the corner, they'll not open up. They'll go into their shell. If they go into a shell, that's the first sign where the parent or an educator can't do anything at all. The
Front
front
page.
page rule.
I
I
will
will
not
not
post
post anything. That is very, very important. You have to tell the child, I will not post anything, photos, comments, or videos that I wouldn't want my parents, teachers, or future employers to see, where they feel may not feel ashamed about. That is why it is important to make them there is a difference between being criticism, submitting dissent, and being harsh online. If you are disagree with somebody, definitely there is no hard and fast rule. Yes, fine, I disagree with you, no issues. But there's a language how to be polite online and offline.
privacy.
Privacy guard. I will never share my passwords, home address, or real-time location with anyone online, even if they claim to be a friend. 99% of the people make a mistake here, especially the teenagers. I'm going to this party, I'm taking selfie here, I'm going there, I'm in the sports stadium, etc., etc., etc. So that is why their privacy is on check, and their photos and videos can be taken and posted in those kind of sites where their privacy is will be under threat. Anti-bullying. I will
Not
not
my
use my device to gossip, tease, or exclude others. If I see a group that the chat turning into me, I will just leave and speak up. If any
particular
particular
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp group, Instagram, anywhere this
Happens.
happens, so you have to understand, by bullying somebody, the hurting others' feelings, if the other
I
child
recommend.
or other person commits a threatening suicide, or it leads to death, any last message that has been transcribed or posted comments will be taken into cognizance in a legal way, so it will attract legal penalty. Next, healthy limits. I agree to put my device away during device free hours, that is during meals or 1 hour before bed, or ensure that I get enough sleep and focus. So that is why this is very, very important to have a digital safety contract from the school or a college and from the university, and or with the parents also. It's a
Right part.
tripartite agreement that they should have, and they should stick to that. How many will do it or not, it's up to you, but if it
But
is done, it is safety
first thing.
first thing on legal as well as on a mental health basis.
Now,
Now,
how
how
should
should a parent and educator commitment, how should they respond? First thing is very difficult, I know. Calm response. If you
come
come to me with a
to me?
problem, I promise to listen without getting angry or immediately taking your phone away. We will
Solve the
solve the problem together. This is the first thing that is required. Let us sit together, understand the problem. Let us not look for a solution immediately. Understand the problem, be with the problem. Solution will emerge automatically. Wait. Respecting privacy. I will use monitoring tools, maybe something like Bark or Family Link or something. So many online sites are there, depending on the country usage. Not to
I
spy on your private thoughts, but to keep you safe from external threats like cybercrime and predators. Next, digital role model. I will also follow device free times and show you what healthy tech use tools like. Technology is something, there is something good in it, something bad in it. It depends upon how you use it. But you blaming technology for all the ills in the society, it is not acceptable. It is not realistic also. So that is why if you make any mistake online, I will treat it as a learning opportunity first. That is why please do not punish the child. Make them understand, realize their problem. Still they want to continue with that. It is their problem. You cannot change.
That is
That is why what are the agreed boundaries? Please list it out. When are the device free zones? Again, timings, curfew. When is the time to switch off all the devices? And even parents have to stick to it. They cannot say that I got work tomorrow, I need to work on it. No. The same thing, the child also will say the same. So it's the discipline
starts with
starts with the parents and the teachers and the lecturers in the educational institution and at homes first.
has
It
to
has to
start with
start with the adults, not with the children. Then approved apps. What are the approved apps which are there in the phone of the kids? Please check them regularly, time to time, and please check their gaming situations. What games are they playing regularly, and what for how much time they are playing. The screen time is also very important, which we'll be discussing in the coming slides.
what are the
What are the
red
red
flag
flag
checklist?
checklist? Very important, my dear friends. Parents, educators, please make a note of this. If possible, watch this slide at least from here also. The entire presentation from this slide also. Keeping your
Fine.
child safe online. What are the internet safety rules? Just now we have discussed is
Not to
not
give
to give personal info at all. The child should know, and especially as far as home is concerned, how many people are there, what is the home, taking your home video, this thing. All these things are especially very dangerous, and especially if you're traveling or a vacation period is there, do not post that we are going out for this particular location. So that is an indicator for thieves, if not anything. So that is why it is very, very important, not to use your surname or other things where it can be leaked online. Always ask the permission. 99% of the people, let me tell you, they don't take permission before you add a person to a social media group. It can be WhatsApp, Facebook, or anything. So that is why it's a request is important. Just don't add people randomly. Number one, even they might be very, very close cousin, friend, or somebody. And even they exited, don't get offended. It is their choice. So that is when 99% of the people they suddenly start making video calls, especially on WhatsApp and other things, without
totally.
taking permission. Time we don't know what is the time duration, how the other person is there. That person might be taking bath or maybe using the washroom, maybe it's a very important meeting also. That is why before you make any particular phone call or a video call, please take permission by sending a message first. These are some of the basic indicators that you should know, and what we say is as an etiquette. Drug abuse indicators. Always remember, especially drug abuse. I'm not saying these are 100% indicators. These are sort of indicators which has been proven again where a lot of doctors have shared with us. Physical changes, especially the bloodshot, red eyes, the shaking of the nervousness of the hands. Before that, it's not there. Sudden drop in the grades and start being very, very secretive. And especially they start using, the dark web also to sourcing drugs. Especially they start, if you want money or anything, they start with the drug peddling, and they become drug mules, especially juveniles, children who are below 16. So that is why it is very, very important to understand this particular drug abuse symptoms. It also happens that suddenly they start becoming violent, aggressive, mood fluctuations will be very high. But please don't mistake it, because these mood fluctuations again related to the hormonal changes in the teenagers. So please give time, empathize with the child, understand what could be the problem, and do not judge them. That is my humble request to each one of you is, please do not judge them. And next important thing is, they should come on their own. Yes, why they should come on their own is, they should come and say, Dad, Mom, Sir, Ma'am, I need help. I'm into drug peddling or I'm into drug addiction. They need rehabilitation, definitely. If you are a person of Telangana, it is 1908. It's a toll free number. But fine, you are from any part of India, the Nasha Mukt Abhiyan number is 14446. All rehabilitation centers, information, psychiatrists, psychologists, all the numbers, it is there. Just only one thing that is required from your end is just your call to that toll free number which has been there. As I told you, the drug mules justification trap will also be there. So please understand, if the child is becoming secretive, bloodshot eyes, nervousness is there, shaking, giving everything secretive, all these things are factors which are clear indicators. But I'm not saying it's 100%, somewhere closer to 80 to 90%. Prevention is better than cure. Indicators of cyberbullying or cybercrime. As I said, understand and please have a proper alarm when they are using any social media. Discuss with them, have an agreement. how much time you want to be on Facebook, how much time you want to be on Instagram or WhatsApp or any other social media that has come up. So that is why it is important to understand why it to have a proper alarm time, that is screen time, which I said. Then, as I said, social media justification is I'm making money online. I'm making money through YouTube's or any other particular channel in which they will discuss it.
That
That
is
is individual family discussion, which I'll lead it to you. And please remember, my dear parents and educators, any prohibition, any ban on them, it is going to have a ripple effect, very stronger effect. So make them understand, make them realize. But in spite of you being such a nice friend and a nice parent and a nice teacher also, they don't listen, you can't do anything. Make them understand. By using that, by going against the set norms, against our digital agreement, they are going against it, they are violating it, and you are hurt by that. Again, as I told you, cyberbullying warning signs, very, very, very important. A child may be a target of cyberbullying if suddenly the child becomes very angry, frustrated, becoming reclusive, not mixing with the people. So that is the time you have to tap on the shoulder of the child and say, "Is there any problem? And don't worry, I'm not going to judge you. I am the best person. Maybe you're a lecturer, you're an educator to the student, or you're a parent. You can say, Beta, tell me what exactly is the issue." So that's why it's very important to understand. Please understand the teenagers, they undergo a lot of hormonal changes. They may be visiting all kinds of sites also, especially pornographic sites. Don't judge them by that. And it may be cricket betting, online sites, so many things which is there available to them at every level. So only thing is sit down, talk to them, be a friend to them. Be a friend. That is what we say, befriending, without judging the child. See that the child opens up first to the parent, first to the school teacher or the college lecturer. That is a kind of a mentor we require today. We don't require teachers, lecturers with PhDs and double MS and everything. We require mentors who's a philosopher, friend, and guide who can empathize with the students. And again, as I told you, suicidal factors, severe depression, manic depression, giving away possessions, implicit goodbyes, all these are subtle indicators. Now, here you have to understand befriending means what? Befriending means giving a non judgmental ear to the person who is sharing an emotional crisis. Do not judge them, listen to them, be there, be non judgmental. Even their problem might be, you might think their problem is silly, but still you have to be there. Don't judge them by saying, such a silly problem, you want to talk? For this, you want to commit suicide? For this, you are feeling depressed? See the tone? Wrong tone. So that is why it is very important to understand where they lose the spark and interest. That is why we got Telemanas helpline 14416. They can call to a stranger, pour out their entire, they can do their emotional vomit totally, completely. They'll feel better, they'll feel nice. And we have our NGO also, spanindiango.weebly.com. Just click on that, you got a lot of tools and info where you can have a proper discussion. And anybody who's interested to become volunteers, please send us an information. You can contact me. We do the training programs regularly for our NGOs. We require a lot of volunteers also to understand all these things, especially parents, students, and teachers. But you need to be 18 years of age and above and have the maturity to understand all the topics that we discuss. We are talking about all mature topics in the training sessions, right? So that is why suicidal feeling. What are the warning signs? Negative view of self, hopelessness, feeling alone, irritability, feeling like a burden on to the society, risky behaviors, and frequently talking about death. Please remember, they keep talking about the death regularly, maybe in the poems or writing. So that is why keep your emotional Wi-Fi tower on. This Wi-Fi tower on should be there when they start giving the warning signs. So that is why it is important to understand this. Now, why this comes? What are the some important risk factors for suicide? Is history of substance abuse, drug abuse should be there. I'm not only saying drug abuse; it can be alcohol, it can be gutka, where the one parent is abusing the other parent, divorce rates, previous suicide attempts, disability, sudden disability, or some close friend or a family member who has committed suicide also affects people. And non-stop bullying, online bullying, verbal bullying, body shaming, all these are factors where the child's mental health condition worsens. So that is why it is understand they have access to harmful means. cutting their wrists and taking drugs or trying to commit suicide, jumping off the buildings. Relationship problems. Again, major issue that comes here is the relationship problems. They are not able to understand the difference between love, lust, and today they are talking about situationship, relationship, friendship with benefits, new terms that is coming up. 90% of the parents are worried because I'm talking of India, right? So 90% of the Indian parents are worried. Most of the children are saying that I don't want to get married. And again comes the LGBTQ issues. LGBTQ, let me explain to you again here. LGBTQ is lesbian, gay, L for lesbian, where a female sleeps with one more female. Lesbian, gay, that is one male sleeps with another male. LGB, bisexual, that is a male sleeping can be sleep with a male, can sleep with a female. Similarly, a female can sleep with a female, can sleep with a male also. LG, bisexual. T, transgender, hijras and checkers. That's queer, that born in one particular gender would like to dress and live like other gender. So
Oh,
all these things happens. It is the part of today. They have got nothing to, it's not a disease.
accept.
Accept them as they are. That is our humble request to all these people who are watching this video. So don't be homophobic or lesbophobic, whatever it is. Have a balanced relationship. Have a proper relationship, whether you are at work or your cousin or friend or anyone. So that is why it will give respect to the person, that definitely the person will start opening up, right? So that is why please understand all the new age terminologies are coming up. Situationship, all the, we are in a situationship. What is that? We don't know. 90% of the generation don't know. Best thing is sit down, talk
Okay.
to them, learn from them. No harm, no issues. Now, what are the actionable steps that you should do? That is, first is ask. Are you feeling suicidal? Would you like to share anything with me? The language, the tone, the body language, the eye contact is very important. Next, be there. Don't look at your watch, because you are handling a person who's undergoing emotional crisis. Next, help them keep safe in case somebody is a victim of cyberbullying, sextortion that is happening regularly. So talk to them, feel them safe, let them trust you, then help them connect with you, then do the follow up with them. These are all the on the field, on the intervention when we do it on the ground level. That is why first observation is important. I have noticed, you can start with the sentence, I have noticed you have been sleeping a lot more, or you have not been talking to your friends. I'm worried about you. See the way how you narrate the sentence. Invite, don't force. You don't have to tell me everything now. Take your time. I'm there. In case anytime would you like to share anything, I'm always there. Then, without their knowledge, please check their online search history. When the child is struggling or something is having, some bullying is happening, or substance abuse is happening, please ask them, what's wrong? Are you on drugs? No point. Please ask them openly. Nothing. Would you like any help? See that they don't get into violent this thing, and have a very light, low, polite conversation with the children, so that take side by side, take them for a small short walk, so that it can help them open up to you. The whole thing is connecting with the children, not correction right now. Correction will follow. Connect with the child first, connect with your child, connect with your student first. Lot of conversation starters, icebreakers. Just now I discussed about cyberbullying or anything. Just talk to them very politely. I saw a news report. This can be a third party approach. When we say third party approaches, as you're sitting across, dinner table and say, hey, today I've said the news or something. Is there something happening in your school like that? Are you protected? No, that is how do third party approach. Some neighbor's side has something has happened. Some XYZ family is undergoing this thing. When you're talking a third party approach, but actually you're worried about the core issue, but you are putting it as a story form for other third party, as your neighbor, family, office, something has happened like that. So that is why it is important to use a third party approach, so that they start opening up, right? To check on a mental health, suicidal feelings on a scale of 1 to 9. In case you find that your child is, talking about death, feeling lonely, depressed, or anything, ask them on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you feeling? Would you like to end your life? Are you getting that those kind of thoughts? So that once they start opening up, they should trust you first. The first important part is trust. Without
Trust.
trust, they'll not open up. To have the trust, you should be credible. So that is why it is important to be persuasive. You have to be credible. To be credible, you have to be truthful. To be truthful, you have to be simple, direct, honest. Then we have the 2 minute rule. Please wait for them to open up. They'll take time, but tell them, fine, don't worry. You'd like to have a cup of coffee, cup of tea, or glass of water. Take them. Tell them that yes, fine. I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to listen to you without being judgmental. Avoid saying when I was your age. That's a very dangerous statement.
That is
हमारे जमाने में ऐसे होता था. So we used to read under the table lamps, street lamps. I used to go for 3 kilometers on the road. Today's children openly say that that is your problem, not mine. So please understand the difference in the approach. So avoid telling about your time frame, your generation. Always say this is very, very heavy. So always use which is very, very simple, which is direct, and which is telling them, yes, tell me, how would you like to share with me? Would you like to share something with me? We have
okay.
talked about sextortion earlier. When somebody is calling up, some nude videos have gone in, all these things, it is happening. Some child has taken a wrong video of a child with somewhere else. All these things is happening. And yes, we have to talk about masturbation and everything, the guilt associated with that also. So that be open, understand. So more the parents and the educators talk about sex education, the child will feel more comfortable. They will not go to the wrong sites. They'll not take advice from the wrong people, the love gurus and others who are there online. So the best person, the best love guru, best everything is the parent themselves. They are the first teachers. The child should never be away from the parents. The moment the child is away from the parents, all these things start. The drugs, cybercrime, suicidal feelings. So please spare time, understand this important aspect, my dear parents and educators. Very important. What are the exit phrases which you should teach your children, especially when they're having peer pressure? Oh, you don't have an iPhone? Oh, you don't go to this particular club? You don't support my particular IPL cricket team? Oh, you are not part of our team. This kind of exclusivity behavior, elite behavior, should be nipped in the
But
bud. The
parents
parents
should
themselves
practice
practice that, then the danger starts. Whatever the parents do, the children
follows.
follow. Simple. The chip. The parents follow elite strategy. We don't go here. We are part of this and we are part of that. They're becoming very exclusive. The same attitude
That is
carries
not
forward to the child. And the same child behaves the same way in a particular school, in a
always
college, in the university. So don't put a prayer pressure on the children just because they are not studying in the same coaching institution, or they are not in the same sports club, or they don't like the same movie star or the sports star. So that is why the child should be told about exit phrases.
fine.
Fine, you like them, fine. Oh, you are uncool. You don't like my favorite star, you are uncool. So
What
what? You don't have a particular iPhone, a particular
that
gadget. Oh, sorry, this thing has to
go
go. If this thing
doesn't
doesn't
go.
go,
One
one
child
child can be the
poison.
poison for so many other children in the school or in the college or in the society. The parent should never be strict, but be an assertive person. Be an assertive parent. Be an assertive teacher. When the child can say, sorry, my dad is very strict. I don't like to do anything to hurt my dad. I don't like to hurt anything to my mom. I have an agreement with my mom. I have an agreement with my teacher, my favorite teacher. My favorite teacher has taken a promise from me. So that is why it is very, very important to understand the hormonal imbalances that a child undergoes, especially during the teenage years. You cannot argue with them. They'll have much better logic to defeat you. So please tell the children should say whenever somebody is trying to talk about drug usage or anything, they have to say, fine. I do yoga regularly. I'm on a sports diet, cricket diet, football diet. My dancing coach says no, I cannot touch all these things. So they can have all these exit phrases and telling them politely away from the group. So that those people who want to do this particular all the negative habits which we have discussed right now, drugs, cyber crime, suicidal feelings, is you can tell them, fine, please, that is your choice, your life. My choice, my life, my parents, my family, and my future, my career. If I start getting into drugs and everything, my career is gone for a toss. I need to study. I need to focus. I need to get a best job, best career for me. So that is why, my dear parents, very, very important. First, understand you don't have a peer pressure. Just because your child is not studying in XYZ international schools or international coaching centers, don't feel pressurized. So don't put avoid putting your peer pressure. Don't transfer it to your child. That's my humble request, please. Then face saving exit phrases. All these things, exit phrases are very important. You have to tell your child how to exit from an uncomfortable situation. And when the child is attending any particular function, birthday party, anything, then ask them to keep their mobile GPS on. So that as a parent, you can track them. Even the police can search them between the two towers, which is there in case the child goes missing or something unfortunate incident happens. So that is why it is important to train your child more for how to be safe. That is the whole objective behind this particular presentation which I am making. So explain the digital exit. If your child is addicted to a toxic group, exit message, guys, this is getting too much for me. I'm gonna get out of this group. Thank you very much. You enjoy yourself. I'm going out. Let the child be comfortable. The child should be so self-assured that so self this thing is fine. I got my parents to back me up. I got my educator to back me up. They should find a solace. That age they need somebody to confess, the guide. They need a philosopher, friend, and guide. They need a mentor. So that is why you be the mentor. The parents should become mentors. Definitely, all the school teachers, university lecturers, professors, they have to become mentors. For the subjects and everything, please understand there is Google, there is so many AI tools that has come up, but they need an emotional link, emotional bonding. You want to really shape your child's future, it will be through emotional bond, understanding them, empathizing with them, understand everything which we are trying to say here. Everything is here. If your child is part of party or hangout, very unsafe, they can put a red flag, call immediately, or send a message with a red flag, such that immediately you can respond as a saying, as a fake drama saying that you can shout at the child, what are you doing immediately? Come out of home. Mom is not well, or anything. Dad is not well, grandpa is not well. Start immediately. In that way, you protect. Or where you are, tell me, I'll come and pick you up. So that is why it is very, very understand all these things. And the child, when he's going through all these statement, which is clearly mentioned, you are going through shade, everything piss off, the kind of languages they start using. It's the first level of where they are having a kind of output. Their connections are with somebody else. So that is where instead of doing correcting, first connect with them. Once you connect with them, it is only then correction begins. Without connecting, correction can never happen, my dear parents and educators. Remember that. So, this is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'm K. Ashwin Kumar from S9 Consulting. What do we do? I empower minds, training for students and faculty on soft skills, experiential learning, mental health wellness, drug abuse awareness, cybercrime awareness, and everywhere the child which is there, they should understand all the safety aspects. That is why I made this video. I hope you have liked it. So I hope you will share this important video with others in your circle. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai Ho.